Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, it just switched over to evening 3 minutes ago, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet, and we are going to be casting the fifth and final game, the ace match of the third place round of the HomeStory Cup number 7. Down the bottom left side of the map, it is going to be our red Zerg player, HyuN, and up the top right side of the map, it is going to be our blue Zerg player, TLO. And if you just excuse me for a sec, I've run out of drink. Got to drop out. Hopefully that that helps me out. But yeah, I mean, I actually noticed something at the startup screen. These guys are both level 37, so obviously been doing a bit of dabbling in random or Terran and Protoss while they've been playing Zerg. I'm a bit surprised that TLO's not a bit higher, because I know he's a mad Terran player as well as a mad Zerg player, but obviously he's been fully concentrating on his Zerg, so props to him for taking that on. And yeah, really good games going on. And what have we learned so far? We've learned that TLO loves his Roach Hydra and HyuN loves his Roach Infester, and typically Infestors do pretty good versus Hydras, so that is what has won HyuN most of the games so far. TLO in game 3 doing a massive, well, not a massive, but it was enough, massive Roach push, and just getting the advantage on keeping his bases up. I mean, he kept a third base up, he sniped out HyuN's third base, and didn't let him get it up for the longest time, and that is how he won the game. And yeah, in the first game, he just did some beautiful Ling harass, but the other two games, man, even armies, and HyuN has pulled it out with his Infestors. So really great job there. And although in game 3 HyuN did have Infestors, but I think he was down at the deep end of the pool by then, so he didn't really have a chance. Even with Infestors, he couldn't really pull it out. So yeah, man, let's actually have a look. I want to see if these guys are identical. No, HyuN is slightly ahead there. I did have a game where they were identical down to the millisecond, the hatchery timings, but not quite. Let's have a look at the spawning pool timings. TLO's, oh, sorry, wrong one. TLO's a little bit ahead on that. So TLO ahead with the pool, but behind with the hatchery. And yeah, HyuN is going to get his hatchery up a little bit sooner, and he gets his queens out. Actually, I think he got him out at the same time. So HyuN's slacking off a little bit on the queens. And yeah, TLO getting them out a little bit faster, even though HyuN had his hatchery up by about 2 seconds faster, man. So definitely dropping the ball there. And we do have speed coming out for HyuN. So typically TLO has been the one who's, although previous game that HyuN actually won, he did do some very early Ling speed, got the Ling pressure out there. So yeah, very good from him. And moving on, doing all sorts of awesome stuff. We'll see how much of a little worker push that HyuN gets in this game, because he always likes to push out the workers a little bit more. Maybe not this game though. He's going for a early Baneling nest, so that's going to be pretty awesome. Looks like TLO may be pushing out into a little bit more of the economy, getting the Overlord out when he doesn't need it straight away. But he is going out for workers. He is going out for a slightly behind Baneling nest compared to HyuN. And this is something I've been seeing quite a lot as well in the very early game. You send the queen out to snipe the overlords, because there's not much damage of these guys actually being swarmed by anything that can take them out. Of course, right, if he moved the queen out that far in the 10-minute mark, it would be killed in like 2 seconds. But right now, there's nothing to kill it. So quite a lot of Lings coming out for TLO. If you have a look, he's got 14 versus the 0 of HyuN. So I dare say that HyuN is in a little bit of trouble there. But he does have a spine crawler coming down. So yes, he should be fine, I think. But TLO continuing to push the Ling numbers. This is what he did in game 1. He did pretty well with it. And they're going in, morphing into Banelings. He's going to push in. He sees the spine crawler, but with this many Lings and this many Banelings, I don't think the spine crawler is going to give him that much of a threat. The Baneling just manages to survive. It tries to explode, but doesn't quite get it. And the Ling's going to move in and set up shop. And the first thing they're going to do is take out the queens, take out the spine crawlers. And the Baneling's running in, and the workers, oh, that was so nasty. All those workers going down. The Queen's going down. The Baneling's going to try and run around. They'd like to take out some workers, but they will settle for Lings if they can't get workers. Taking out all those reinforcements there. Great job. Morphing in another Baneling, because why the hell not? And yeah, TLO doing a great job here. I still think he's got more Lings, but that is going to change in just a couple of seconds. He's continuing to stream them in, but I think in a matter of 10-15 seconds, HyuN is going to get back and have the numbers that he needs, simply because he is reinforcing so much closer than TLO is. But TLO, great pressure here. He's keeping it up, and he got some very nice Baneling hits on those workers. If we have a look at the income, he's actually evened it out. He's not really ahead in the lead because, of course, while he was building these links initially, HyuN was building workers, so HyuN was in the lead and TLO just evened it up again. And the question is, can TLO find some time while he is attacking in here to, bit of fail there. I mean, he was trying, but, the Baneling hits there, so very painful, and that was not an evening out, man. That was a massive attack there. HyuN was on the edge of keeping that away, but TLO keeping the pressure on, and eventually it just slipped into gear. You got some Banelings into the drone line. HyuN holding it off so well for like a few minutes straight, but finally the Baneling slipping through, and I mean, you can't keep that up forever, as we've just seen. HyuN finally slipping the Banelings through, getting in there. Like 8-9 workers went down, boom, and that was it. Game over. Yeah, HyuN just could not keep up at that point, and he had to concede. And there we go. Congratulations to TLO. He won the last game like he won the first game. Actually, no, wait. The first game, HyuN actually got some roaches out. This time, TLO didn't even give him time to get roaches. He just went nuts on the links. A great job at HyuN for defending that for as long as he did. But eventually, man, trying to micro every single Baneling that's coming into your base to kill them before they get the drones is a stupidly hard job, and you can't get them all. You just can't get them all, especially once all your Queens go down and all your Spine Crawlers come down. Yeah, I mean, you're down to Lings to take out the Banelings. So you can't just swarm over the Banelings, because then the Banelings explode and you lose all your Lings and you're dead. So you got to single target them with Lings to try and keep away from the drones. It's just an absolute nightmare. So HyuN, yeah, just I really feel sorry for him actually trying to deal with all those Banelings, and eventually it just was too much for him, and he just had to give the GG. So great pressure there from TLO, and yeah, man, this is absolutely nuts. And yeah, really good job there from TLO taking that series away. He did lose versus Tasia in the semi-final, but he came back and won the 3rd place for the HomeStory Cup, and congratulations to him for playing an awesome ZVZ. And this may actually be the first ZVZ I've cast where like 90% of the games went Roach versus Roach. It was actually quite a bit more interesting in these games, just from a unit variety point of view. And yeah, really good. And yeah, I don't know if we'll be casting any more ZVZs in the near future, because we've kind of cast a lot here. But yeah, the Kaspersky Cup for July, which I'm planning on casting, I believe it's got TLO and Whitereye in it, so we'll definitely have some Zerg action. Maybe some ZVZ, I cannot remember, but I think there might be. So if there is, then we will definitely cast them. And I tell you what, man, there was a point when I didn't really like a ZVC that much. I thought it was a bit boring, but man, when you get down into the nitty gritty of there's no luck in a ZVZ, man. Maybe there's a tiny bit, but there's not as much as a Terran or Protoss, man. If you're not watching the right bit or blah blah blah, there's a bit more luck involved with it. There's a bit more wiggle room. There is no wiggle room at all in a Zerg match. You either get it done or you don't, and build order is a million times more important in ZVZ than in any other matchup, in my opinion. That is, maybe in other mirror matchups, Protoss Terran, it's more important than in like a cross race match, but I don't think it's as important as ZVZ. ZVZ, it really comes down to the build order, and that really sets you up whether you win or lose. And then from then on, it's just the micro. And micro, I mean, when you start putting banelings into a micro battle, you just, I mean, there is a reason why the APM for most Zerg players is higher than the average player. I think that's the case. I know whenever I play a Zerg player that the APM for the Zerg player is usually higher, but that may just be because they're better than me. I would not be surprised at all. Of course, my APM is like 60 or something, so I really can't say much. So that's pretty nuts. But yeah, good on them. Congratulations, TLO, for an awesome win there. And that has been the HomeStory Cup number 7. And yeah, awesome stuff. We will be getting into the Kaspersky Cup for July in a few days, and we'll probably do some other random games, on from there. I tried to get a hold of the MLG Anaheim tournament, and that would have been awesome, but unfortunately they don't release the replays to the majority of casters. They've got they release it to a few people, but they didn't want to release it to me because apparently I'm not important enough or something. But yeah, I mean, what can you do in that stage? I mean, realistically, I probably aren't important enough. I mean, this channel isn't like 100,000 subs or anything, but we'll get there eventually. We'll get there. And yeah, that's been enough of me chatting. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching this awesome tournament, and I'll keep them trucking out. DreamHack Valencia, I think, is coming out now, so fingers crossed we'll get the replay pack for that, and that is going to be freaking awesome. We know the last DreamHack was awesome, and we know the future one is going to be awesome as well. So yeah, I will catch you guys later. This has been Hairy Muppet, and if ZVZ is starting to grow on you, please subscribe. I will certainly cast some more in the future. Catch you guys later.